All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Tiger Talk. We are live here at Melvin's Restaurant on Oliver Road here in Monroe, Louisiana, as it's the homecoming edition of Tiger Talk with Neville head coach Mike Collins. I'm Stewart Shelby, and Coach, another long road trip and another tough one on the road as the Tigers fall 27-23. But talk about, St. Thomas More, another big team, great team down there, great tradition, Coach Hightower and all that, but just a tough one.
Well, it is, and anytime you get beat, it's no fun. So what my message was to the players was the fact that, hey, we've got to go back home. We've got to figure out, where we faltered. What did we do? Did we have too many penalties, which we did? Did we have too many miscues? Yes. And to be able to win a ball game, and actually to be that close of a ball game anyway, was something in itself. In fact, that we had tons of, both offensively and defensively penalties, and then, miscues with the football. So for us to have a chance to win it, and rightfully should have won it. You can always look back on several things that happened during the game. We threw the ball well. We caught the ball well. We played really, really good defense for half a game or three-quarters of a game.
Yeah.
And we played really, really good defense for three downs.
3 downs.
They were 3 of 15 on third down and 6 of 8 on fourth down, and not just 6 of 8 on fourth down, but it was fourth down and long. So, you have to come back and take a look at that and, figure out if, what you were doing. How did we execute? Were we able to execute or not? And then, offensively, we got to figure out a way to cut out the mistakes. And I think that's, they were drive killers. And, but when you take the lead like we did, we drove the ball down the field and we took a 10-point lead. And then, then we give up the score and then they get the onside kick. A lot of things have to go right for their team, and they did. And, you tip your hat to them. They did a good job of continuing to play. And, but we had lots of opportunities to win the ball game, and, we just came up short. So
a little bit. And, well, Coach, before we get into a few of these highlights from last Friday night, I'd like to remind everybody this first segment is brought to you by our good friends down there at H. Michaels Sports. They're on Forsyth Avenue in Monroe. And H. Michaels does a great job outfitting the Tigers and
they do.
As well as teams around the area and around the region. So we appreciate them for their sponsorship of this. All right, Coach, we went through a few highlights, and it was a first half, like you kind of wanted to draw it up. It was a great defense. You started off, and we'll get to this first highlight. I mean, you get the opening kickoff, and then you put the ball on the ground, but your defense stands up, and here it forces a missed field goal for St. Thomas.
And those guys, they got the ball with a very, very short field, and we held them, and they missed the field goal, and so did what we needed them to do, go out on the field to stop them, and that's the way you win football games. I don't care what the situation is for your offense or your defense. You just got to go out there and play. And, you put them in that situation, hey, that's our job. We got to go out there and stop them, and we held them to try to kick field goal. They missed the field goal, so, did a really, really good job there.
Well, you get the ball back after the missed field goal, and then you drive the ball down, and here's a big catch. And this was not the first big catch and run for Ze'Land, but he almost pokes it in, needed 40, got 39 on that.
Yeah, he did, and, it was a big play for us. And second and 11, Parker sticks it in there on him, and, he takes it, and he runs through a couple of tackles and just carries them with him all the way down the goal line. And, and then we were able to punch it in here, I think.
On this next one here is the punch it in on fourth down.
On fourth down, and so – again, I think great effort by
tough run
Jarvis Blackson, to get the ball in the end zone right there. And you can see he gets hit in the backfield, about 2-yard loss. And so, but, he's able to get it in, and we take the lead and turn around and, get a safety here shortly after that.
Well, that safety is set up by a great special teams play here. I believe it's Majors and Civils.
We got this on Oliver Civils right here, and he was our special teams player of the week. That's why I put it in there. He goes through a blocker and then really just keeps great leverage on it, does exactly what he's coached to do right there. Coach Campbell does our kickoff unit there, and he does a good job with it, and just goes right through two blockers and makes the play back there. And he did that several times in the game. That's just one time. I wanted to make sure we saw that. And so for everybody to understand why he was a special teams player of the week.
A couple of guys had a good job, good night there on special teams for you, Coach. And here's a play. You've had safeties a couple of times this year, and this was an interesting one. A lot of people thought he might have gotten it out, but he stepped out of the back of the end zone.
Stepped out of the back of the end zone, which is, hey, he's scrambling around for the ball there, and, our guys are doing a good job of pressuring him. And, if it, and we're fortunate enough to be able to get the safety there.
It was one of those things you look back on this game, especially there in that first half. There were so many.
We had lots of opportunities.
A lot of opportunities.
And just didn't take advantage of it.
The ball didn't bounce your way.
No,
it bounced into the hands of their quarterbacks and everything else. But a lot of opportunities from their play there in the first half. But, okay, so you get the bad snap. It makes it 9-0. Right. Tigers. You get the football back and don't do much. And then on the ensuing drive, they go to the air again, and KJ, who's turning into a heck of a defensive back.
Right. He just stays in coverage right there and drives on the ball, sees the quarterback's shoulder pointed to the receiver, and drives the ball and, is able to get a pick, and we're able to run it down there to about the 3 or 4 yard line, and, does a really nice job doing what he's supposed to do, you know. And, I mean, it's probably a pretty simple game, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, and that's kind of what we talk to our players about, the little things, and it makes a difference. It makes a difference in the outcome of the game. It makes a difference in whether you have procedure penalties or whether you have personal fouls or whether whether you're able to stop somebody, and so again, those are the things that we've talked about all week. Hey, can we do what we're supposed to do it when we're supposed to do it, and so that's been our message.
Well, you definitely enjoyed watching number 3. Not only you've heard about him on special teams, and he's worked his way into their corner for you, and he's been playing well for the Tigers. Okay, Ze'Land Young again. He had a big night catching the football.
He did. He had a really good night, and this is we have him in there at the tight end position right here, and we're trying to move him around. That we're very fortunate because he knows all the positions. All 3 or 4 positions, that we have and that we utilize. And, so, again, his attention to detail is very good, and we're able to move him around so they can't double him up and do those kind of things, which people are going to start doing to us. And, we're going to try to find ways to keep that from happening.
Exactly.
Yep.
Mess up or get some different coverages on him.
That's right.
All right, Ze'Land with another nice throw and touchdown catch here from Parker to Ze'Land here after that play.
Well, this was a really, really nice job of playing the ball right here. And with the receivers, pretty good coverage right there. Z just runs right by him. Parker lays it out there for him, and, he goes up and gets it. And, it's just we're fortunate that he's 6'4", and he weighs about 200 pounds. And, so most of those DBs, he can – eat soup off the top of their head.
All right. Final highlight here is another touchdown for Ze'Land, as we're going to talk to him later on in the show. But and that was a 4th and 1 play.
Yeah, it's the same kind of play that we threw earlier again, and where he ran it down, and we got tackled on about the 2 yard line there, and it's RPO, and you stick it in there on Z and does a good job. Parker delivers the ball. I mean, it takes everything. I mean, we got guys blocking, we got guys throwing the ball, we got guys catching the ball, and so it's it's a team effort, and that's again, that's part of the message too. I mean, it takes all of us to be successful. Offense, defense, kicking game. Everybody's got a job to do. The O-line's got a job to do. D-line's got a job to do. So if we don't, if we have breakdowns, then then good things aren't going to happen for us.
Yeah, it's all parts.
Yep.
Getting everybody involved and getting on the same page to do what y'all need to do to get going. Well, the Tigers are back at it at home. It's homecoming week this week, so the Sterlington Panthers are coming to town, and we'll talk a little bit more about them here coming up at the end of the show. But we got a big show for you here live at Melvin's here this evening, and we got the homecoming court coming up next.
Glad to have those ladies here.
Definitely fine representatives of Neville High School here in the senior class, and then we've got the captains for this
week's game.
So that'll be coming up in the third segment. Coach Andy Robinson will be in our fourth segment. We got 5 tonight.
Yeah,
we got 5 tonight with
we
the addition
hustling.
of the homecoming court. So, and then we'll talk to Coach Collins there at the end of the show about Friday night's matchup with the Panthers. So we're glad you've joined us here on the Neville Tiger Network or Sunny 98.3, and also coming here and watching it live here with us at Melvin's Restaurant. We're going to let Coach take a break and grab a bite. When we come back, we will talk to the young ladies on the homecoming court right after this message. Stay with us.
All right, Mr. Mayor, we are done.
Thank you, Doc.
Yes, sir. Miss Gwen's gonna get you all seated and ready to roll. Nothing to eat or drink for 3 to 4 hours.
Come on, Doc. I was hoping to get myself some po' boys and tamales.
No, Mr. Mayor, you can't do that. But if you could, where would you go?
We gotta go see Chris Lewis at Coney Island Connection.
Stop by Coney Island Connection, where you get more than just a chili cheeseburger and a chili cheese dog. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Right here at Coney Island Connection.
Around here, family is more than just a last name. It's who you show up for. For generations, the Compton family and Architects Windows and Doors has stood by this community with honesty, hard work, and a handshake you can trust. Because every window we design, every door we assemble, isn't just about your house. It's about your home. Family owned, community rooted, Architects Windows and Doors, a family business built for your family.
I'm Dr. Scott Shelby with Family Solutions. When you hear the words Family Solutions, you may not know that we're a comprehensive, strength-based counseling and psychiatric clinic. Family Solutions provides psychiatric care, individual and couples therapy, child and adolescent counseling, psychological testing, medication management. We also provide occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, and ABA therapy in one convenient location. For more information on how we can help your family today, visit FamilySolutionsCounseling.org.
It's about tradition, value, and community. We're Creed and Creed, and we're proud to call Northeast Louisiana home. Catherine and I raised our family here, we worship here, and we serve here. It's an honor to support the community that has given us so much. Tradition, value, and community. That's Creed and Creed. If you've been injured in an accident, call Creed and Creed today. Proudly serving this great community for over 25 years.
At St. Francis Health, we're focused on serving you with a dedication to excellence, innovation, clinical expertise, and respect for who you are as a person. As we turn our attention to the future, our commitment to Northeast Louisiana is at the center of how we move St. Francis forward. Our highly skilled team has one thing in mind: excellence in healthcare. It is our honor and our mission to serve you and this community. St. Francis, official healthcare partner of the Neville Tigers.
At Origin Bank, we understand the importance of community. That's why we're committed to the Northeast Louisiana Food Bank, providing meals to 25,000 of our neighbors across 12 parishes. Through their efforts, they provide about 6 million meals a year to those facing hunger in our area. Visit foodbanknela.org to learn more, sign up to volunteer, or donate to support their mission. Thanks so much to the Nela Food Bank for your community efforts and for partnering with us at Origin Bank.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Tiger Talk here in a second segment brought to you by Stat Home Care. Stat Home Care provides compassionate, reliable in-home health services tailored to your needs. Okay, well, as we definitely kind of taken a break from talking about football as we bring in some the homecoming court here at Neville High School. Everybody give them a round of applause. Everybody in here. So we're going to start. I'm going to let these ladies introduce themselves, and we're going to ask them a couple of tough questions that we were talking about over there. So y'all are ready? Everybody ready? All right, I'm just going to I'm going to hand you the microphone, and everybody just introduce yourself and go.
My name's Taylor Elliott.
I'm Serenity Reese. I'm Presley Fulco.
I'm Bentley Lewis.
I'm Paige Elliott.
And I'm Ellen Brockman.
All right, there we go. So the queen of this year's deal is Serenity Reese, right? And Taylor Elliott would be the maid of honor. So y'all get to answer the first couple of questions, right? So Serenity, when you found out that you were voted homecoming queen by the football team and everything else, what were your first thoughts?
I was very honored. I felt really appreciated to be nominated by my class, of course. And yeah, that's about it.
I want to ask kind of everybody this same question so y'all can start thinking about it. All right, Taylor, your turn. Your turn. Same question. All right. We're going to stop. All right, here we go.
I was very happy and I'm very honored to be nominated and be on court. I would always cherish this moment forever.
And it's really sisters, right? On the homecoming court. We'll have to go back into the annals. Anybody know the last time we've had that happen in here? All right, Ellen, that's the same question.
I would say I was definitely very honored just to be able to represent my school in the best way possible, and also to just do the traditions that everyone that has been on court has got to do throughout the past couple of years. So I'm just very excited.
Paige, keep it going.
I'm very honored too, and I'm glad that I get to be on court with my sister and do this together. And yeah, thanks to the football players in my class.
I'm very grateful and excited for this week. It's such a big honor, and I'll never forget it.
That's what I was going to say. I'm also very grateful, and yeah, I'm happy. And to have these memories with my best friends for all these years, I'll always look back with y'all.
Well, we've gotten up. That's okay, yeah. Applause break. Definitely. Okay, so we've got 4 cheerleaders, 2 Bingle Bells right here. So let's talk about what it means. Everybody's been at Neville for the past 4 years, right? And what this senior year means to you. What you're looking forward to most. Not only being on the homecoming court, as well as the rest of the year. What has kind of been, or maybe your favorite memory to this point? At Neville High School. Let's do it. Let's go with that one. Is that okay? Everybody good with that one? Okay, there we go. I'm a real hard interviewer here. All right, so, all right. Okay, you'll go first? Okay, all right.
My favorite memory was like these past 2 weeks, Miss Sherry surprised us with lay down charter buses, and it was a great sleep.
That was what I was going to say. That was my favorite memory. Those beds were very comfortable.
My favorite memories probably have been doing competition cheer for Neville. Like, I just love it so much, and I'm going to miss it.
My favorite memory is probably Blackout last year when we got to choreograph the Blackout dance. That was just really fun. My favorite memory this year has been definitely the pep rallies, the excitement, and the fulfillment of all the student body watching us.
I would say my favorite memory so far is not only being able to cheer on the sidelines, but also being able to participate in competition cheer, like Paige said. It's just really fun not only to have school spirit just within the school, but being able to also bring it to just others around in our area. So, yeah.
So homecoming week's also a busy week, right? Y'all been everywhere. You got to take pictures, get hats, right, or whatever thing else. What has been maybe your favorite part of this process? getting to from finding out to now, or what are you looking forward to most?
I'm definitely looking forward to walking on the field and being able to see the whole crowd and getting introduced, just to show our accomplishments and everything.
I agree with you, and I'm very excited to walk down with my sister and have my dad by my side and seeing all my family in the crowd and stuff like that.
Same. I'm really excited to walk down.
I'm very grateful that I get this opportunity to walk with my dad at the field on Friday. I feel like that's a great memory to always look back on. And I think my favorite moment is shopping online with my mom because we argued about what outfits I should get. Yeah, but we both agreed on one.
I would say over this past week, we all got to go eat dinner together with our parents as well, and it was just like fun just being with everyone, being able to talk, have good conversations about everything from the last 4 years. And then I would also say I'm excited about this Friday being able to, I watched my sister go through it last year, and I was really amazed just how everything went through. So I'm really excited I kind of get to go through the same way as she did last year.
I'm excited for the pep rally and walking down, but also just cheering and doing all the old traditionals. It'll be fun, especially with the old classes coming in, and yeah.
Hey, look, I know everybody in here is proud of you, young ladies, for what you've accomplished to this point, and I know the homecoming pep rally is a big one for all the alumni to go in there and do like you said, the traditional cheers and traditional bingle dance and all that jazz, right? So it's going to be fun for everybody. We want everybody to come out to that pep rally. It starts at 7:45 there in the auditorium. Better get there early, and then also see these young ladies on the field at halftime at Bill Ruppel Stadium this Friday night. So congratulations. We're glad that y'all are here. Thanks for taking the time out of this busy week to visit with us idiots here on Tiger Talk. All right, but big round of applause for this year's homecoming court. The Queen, Serenity Reese, Maid of Honor, Taylor Elliott, and you got maids Ellen Brockman, Paige Elliott, Presley Fulco, and Bentley Lewis. Okay, we're going to trade places. We got a couple of the guys coming in here to talk about this upcoming game versus Sterlington, so stay with us. Thanks, ladies. We'll be right back.
Sleepy Hollow Furniture and the Falk family proudly support our Neville Tigers. Just like the wide variety of athletics and academics Neville excels in, Sleepy Hollow offers your premium mattresses and adjustable bases, every kind of home furniture, and just in time for your favorite season, quality in-stock patio furniture ready for the big game. Come shop your Neville Tiger family at Sleepy Hollow Furniture.
When hunger hits, head to Sonic Drive-In on North 18th Street in Monroe. Whether it's burgers hot off the grill, crispy tots, or a classic cherry limeade, Sonic has the flavor you love. Fast, fresh, and made just the way you like it. And Sonic is proud to continue their support of Neville High School, standing behind our Tigers both on and off the field. So swing by Sonic on North 18th Street today, where great food and community spirit come together.
At the Tarver Braddock Foundation, we're focusing on showing people that every act of kindness fuels a movement to touch lives in unexpected, meaningful ways. Your gift allows the Tarver Braddock Foundation to continue turning loss into love, one act at a time.
Thanks to our generous donors, we're able to honor Tarver's spirit by meeting needs wherever they appear through random acts of kindness. To learn more about our mission and consider giving, visit TarverBraddockFoundation.com.
Imagine having a beautiful smile that carries you through all stages of life, and that beautiful smile begins at Caples & Robinson Orthodontics. To further enhance our patient experience and care, Dr. Caples and Dr. Robinson welcomed Dr. Cammie Laird as a new member of the Caples & Robinson practice. And with over 56 years of combined practice, we are the most experienced orthodontic group in Northeast Louisiana. We use the latest advancements in orthodontic technology, including the Damon Ultima system for braces, and spark aligners that are customized to fit your life, not the other way around. Our doctors and staff will make sure you have the best experience possible on your journey to a straighter smile. That includes faster and more comfortable treatment that will give you a smile you'll be proud to wear. Ready to get started? Contact Caples and Robinson Orthodontics today at 318-325-9655 and take the first step towards a confident smile.
Growing up in Northeast Louisiana, I was raised on neighbors helping neighbors, the spirit of entrepreneurship and good food, something we know a lot about at Coney Island Connection. We've turned those values into our mission. We believe giving back with a lot of food and lots of love has the power of bringing people together. We're more than a restaurant, we're family, and with your support, we're changing lives one meal at a time. Thank you for helping us to become known as a small business with a big heart.
All right, welcome back as we are back in the third quarter here on Tiger Talk. We're going to have 5 quarters today, so I guess they're not quarters, they're fifths, right? Right? Yeah, okay. So this third quarter is brought to you by Warrior Media, and that's our friend Jeff Guerrero and his group there at Warrior Media. You've got Sunday 98.3 where you can hear our broadcast every Friday night. Also the new 103 Rocks and the return of Magic 106.1. The soul of the city. Big thanks to Jeff Guerrero and his group for their sponsorship of Tiger Talk. All right, we got this week's captains. We've got Van Martinez, Jayden Reed, Ze'Land Young, Max Carter. And Ze'Land, I'm going to start with you tonight because you said you wanted it, right? But last couple of games, pretty big receiving games. You know, what do you think you've done to get that or maybe break out with some big games the last couple of weeks?
I got to execute and practice every single day. And even though I had a good game, I can still do better than what I did last game. And it's always something to improve on, and that's what I want to do in practice every single day, improve and improve and improve.
Max, defensive side of the ball, as you know, we were talking with Coach Collins about that earlier, but I mean the defense overall has been doing what the defense does. Talk about your position and what you've been doing to be successful on the field.
Well, I play safety, and I'm kind of in the back. So I have to, know the plays. Kind of I'm the center field of the defense, basically. So I just have to – we have to play as a team, as a defense, and I think we've been doing that over the past games. And I think Sterlington will be pretty good.
Well, you do have the Panthers coming up. Jayden, you kind of got a little banged up the other day, but we're able to get going. Everything good, and you've been in that back end as well. I mean, we've watched you grow up in this program, in this defense. Talk about the things that you needed to do to get back on the field last week.
That I need to get back? Yeah. I just say, going JD after the game and him getting me rehab, getting me back, making sure I can do certain movements, so I can hurry up and get back and contribute to my team.
All right, Van, anchoring that offensive line for the Tigers this year, you guys have been banged up a little bit. Finally starting to get kind of back to full strength. What are you looking forward to most for the finish of this season?
Man, we've just been trying to stay healthy, and we're all super pumped up and ready for this game. And from there on out, I mean, we're just ready to – we got to protect our quarterback at all costs, no matter what. And we just got to go out there and play and block, and so these guys can do what they need to do.
Well, I mean, and that seems to be when we come to homecoming week, there can always be some distractions off the field, right? I mean, we just saw homecoming court coming in, and then I didn't have any of you guys nominate some of the ladies on the homecoming court? You didn't? All right, there you go, Max. But anyway, with everything going on, I mean, we've had stuff every night. You had a Sunday night event. You had a Tuesday night. The talent show was Tuesday night, which I hear the talent show really went well. Had a lot of talent. Do you think anybody's got found in that deal? Z? Anybody you think got discovered at the talent show last night?
Wait, one more time.
Discovered. American Idol type deal. They're like the talent. I mean, anybody stand out?
Jaquavius Jackson, he's actually brother of Booms. He played the piano, and then you had Haley Easterlin, who danced, and she won first place actually. So that was we had a lot of talents at the talent show, and it was great actually. And we had DJ Twin. DJ Twin is going to be at the volleyball game tonight. So if y'all want to dance and have some fun, you want to come to the volleyball game.
Well, right after, everybody can go to that volleyball game's happening right now. We're about to get cranking here in just a second. But homecoming week, I mean, homecoming's sometimes they say it's for the alumni, but there's a lot of distractions for the players. How do you keep yourself focused this week?
Just staying locked in at practice and focusing on our goal of getting the win this week and really focusing on Sterlington.
Focusing on Sterlington. All right, Jayden, I've been I always ask, defensive backs this question, what's your favorite thing to do? I mean, you like delivering blows? I mean, you're one of the best tackling DBs we've had in a while, but or maybe picking somebody off. What's like your favorite part of playing in that secondary?
I'd say kind of like blitzing, like going, like meeting guys like Van, like either pulling, stuff like that. Like I just like, delivering contact, delivering the blow first.
So the contacts is your deal. And Van, same deal. I mean, and I asked every lineman this at some point. I mean, run blocking or pass blocking? What's your favorite thing to do?
Hey, whatever we run, my favorite thing to do is just pancake people. I'm just going to be honest. If it's run blocking or pass blocking, I mean, I'm forcing them against their will. I mean, that's my favorite thing to do.
Well, yeah, getting that leverage and putting people on the ground. Yeah, well, that's the goal right there. That's definitely the goal. Well, look, guys, I told y'all we're moving a little fast here. We got the extra segment here, but I thought y'all have done a great job. Looking forward to this Friday night. Any final thoughts for what you're looking forward to coming here in this homecoming game this Friday?
I said,
just what you're looking forward to this Friday night coming back out. You should have a packed house, all that jazz. What are you looking forward to most playing this Friday night for homecoming?
Just looking forward to all the fans coming out and supporting us. I mean, it's going to be packed, and we're playing another good team. And I'm just excited for us to be blessed for that opportunity to play another great team.
I'd say getting a win. I feel like we owe that to the Neville Nation, getting a big win at home.
I'm looking forward to winning Friday night.
Say the same thing as Van. Just looking forward to seeing all the alumni and all the people coming out to support us.
Well, it's going to be a big night there at Ruppel Stadium. I know everybody here is going to be there. We want everybody out there that's watching or listening to fill up the bill this Friday night for homecoming. So we got a lot of stuff going on, and be rooting for these guys to beat Sterlington this Friday night. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Good luck on the rest of the season. Okay, we've reached another break. When we come back, we'll get Coach Andy Robinson in the hot seat and talk about this Tiger offense. So you don't want to miss that. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
We're running the winning play at Sparks Nissan Kia. Whether you're recruiting a car, truck, or SUV, our lineup is stacked with all stars ready to take the field. We're talking championship deals, low down payments, and monthly payments that won't sideline your budget. Ready to make a trade? We'll give you top dollar. That's a win in any playbook. Sparks Nissan Kia, where every drive is a touchdown. We're wishing our Neville Tigers the best of luck this season. Go Tigers!
At Jim Taylor Buick GMC, we bring our A-game every day, delivering a home run experience for you. Like the thrill of sinking the game-winning shot or finding just the right vehicle for you. Whatever drives you when you shop with Jim Taylor, we put you in the starting lineup. Visit us online at jimtaylorbuickgmc.com or in Monroe, where we are professional grade, and we never stop working for you.
At Marion State Bank, we're committed to the growth of our community, starting with education. From elementary to high school and beyond, we invest in the growth of our students. Because strong roots begin with empowered minds, from local classrooms to high school athletics, and supporting college dreams. Marion State Bank, rooted in education and local athletics. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Chris Lewis. Here at Coney Island Connection, we believe in giving back and showing a lot of love, and it's all made possible because of you. Thank you for making Coney Island Connection a small business with a big heart.
For over 50 years, Cartown has been servicing Northeast Louisiana, and the Neville Tigers have been a huge part of our growth. And for that, Cartown Tires and Service would like to say, go Tigers!
At the Tarver Braddock Foundation, we're focusing on showing people that every act of kindness fuels a movement to touch lives in unexpected, meaningful ways. Your gift allows the Tarver Braddock Foundation to continue turning loss into love, one act at a time.
Thanks to our generous donors, we're able to honor Tarver's spirit by meeting needs wherever they appear through random acts of kindness. To learn more about our mission and consider giving, visit TarverBraddockFoundation.com.
Hi, I'm Christian Creed with Creed & Creed. Whether it's on the field or in the courtroom, you deserve a team that won't back down. So if you've been injured in an accident, make the right call to your local legal team at Creed & Creed and let us help you win today. Let's go Tigers, and remember, home field advantage matters. Call Creed & Creed today. Proudly serving our great community for over 30 years. We are your local injury attorneys.
All right, we're back here. We're live at Melvin's Restaurant, as we are every Wednesday night during football season. And tonight's 4 segments brought to you by our good friends at Fieldhouse and Traps, Joey Trappe and his crew. And, you know, when you're not here on Wednesday nights, you can check out either one of Joey's places, Fieldhouse and Traps. Always a good meal over there. A lot of local proprietors here in this town. You got to support local, and we appreciate his support of Tiger Talk. Well, we welcome Coach Andy Robinson into Tiger Talk, passing game coordinator, receivers coach, guidance counselor. There's anything else you'd like me to add on your resume here at Neville? Second year here with us at the high school, and coming into this season, we all knew that schedule was going to be a tough one. You know, we had powers from all across our state and then one in Mississippi. You know, historical programs, and maybe your opinions on that type of schedule and what that can do for a football team.
Yeah, well, I think that's a good point to make, that obviously coach has made a tough schedule. Mm-hmm. Having been in a situation to do that in the past, I think that's very important to put your team in as many situations as you can. And obviously we played probably 4 different style type football teams, and we're going to play another one this week. So, the 2 road trips back-to-back have been a challenge. Both of those games were ball games in the fourth quarter. So, you give yourself a chance to compete in those games. And, you didn't come out the way you wanted to, but, we're going to have to do that again at some point. And to be able to do that in September and learn those valuable lessons and gain those experiences and get the players in those environments, I think will pay off in the long run. I think all 4 of those teams will be playing in November, early December, and that's the goal. No different from Sterlington this week. So, the fans and alumni that are watching us, I think they see the kids' effort, and obviously as coaches, we're putting in the effort. Coach is putting us in every situation that he can to make this a better football team. And, when Neville Tigers come to town, people know who we are, and we're going to get their best shot, and we got to keep giving them our best shot. And, things will eventually go our way. Last year was a little smoother ride, and we caught a lot of breaks, and you go back, and obviously when you lose, things get magnified, and you don't feel as good. That bus ride would have felt a little different last Friday night with that win. But, we're going to go back to work on Sunday, and that's what we do. And, the schedule's not going to stop. Nobody's going to feel sorry for us. No. And we're going to go back to work, and these guys are resilient. They put that work in year-round to get to that point. So, it is a tough schedule, but – with the PowerPoints and how it works, you want to play people that are going to win games. And if you beat them, you're going to get those points, but you're still going to get those wins. And I think we dang near max out every week with the rest of our schedule till we get into district that people have been winning games. So, and those are playoff, like I said, playoff environments. Those stands were packed.
They were.
Our people traveled a little better, I thought, to Lafayette.
Yeah.
We didn't have quite as many at Oak Grove and Hattiesburg, but, you understand that as well. But we had a big contingent there with us, Neville Nation, Friday night, and we look forward to being at home this week and everybody showing up for homecoming.
Well, it seems as though you've been in a playoff type environment in each of the first 4 weeks.
Yes,
you
no
know,
doubt.
you've had tight games that you've won. You've had tight games that you weren't able to pull off. And those lessons you talked about on a lot of these guys, you talk to them throughout the deal. It's just keep on. The lesson is you got to keep plugging.
You just keep playing. And like I said, those breaks will come. You got to make them sometimes too.
Yeah.
You got to make your own breaks. But, we're getting better as a football team. We started probably our fourth or fifth different combination at the offensive line last week. Yeah. But that's no excuse. Guys we're getting guys ready during the week, and we got to go out and execute, and we got to take care of the football. And defense is doing a good job of flying around, and they'll make a few more plays, and we see it in practice. And we got to be complimentary of each other as well as special teams. Try to find a break and create momentum there. So we continue to work for that every day. And our guys, like I said, they're still focused.
Yeah.
They know what it represents to put that jersey on and who they're representing when they go out there. And we definitely want to do that with pride.
Well, you talk about moving into your receiving core, working with some of those guys. Basically, your only returning full contributor was Ze'Land.
Yeah.
And 13 comes back, and then I've had some good surprises in the play of Sledge. Desi Bird is in there, and there's a couple of freshmen that have been making some waves over the past couple of weeks. Maybe talk about your receiving group and the strides they've made over the summer and into this point of the season.
Well, really starting last spring with these guys having, we lost our 3 starters, and then you lose Thomas.
Yeah.
And then obviously Jayden and what he was able to do out the backfield. So we really lost about 90% of our production offensively last year. So obviously Parker coming back and being with these guys and getting them caught up to speed. Ze'Land was valuable for us last year. Like Coach said, he would come in and spot at different positions. And he made himself, knowledgeable of the whole offense. So that's what we've continued to do with him this year, as well as plug and play some other guys. Desi Bird's a sophomore. That's off to a pretty good start for us. Sledge has been a guy that's kind of in and out with some injuries. We're hoping he's getting healthy. DeAndre Chenette was a freshman that we started Friday night that played 90-plus snaps in a ball game for us, and he's learning as well. So, and Parker getting on the same page with those guys, and obviously Mason, what he's been able to do at tight end, and he's played a lot of snaps too. So, they're efficient right now. There's things we can do better. Obviously didn't start fast in the Oak Grove game with dropping balls and things like that. So we've really tried to focus on let's start fast and let's try not to minimize the mistakes and be the best we can be and make plays. And that's what it comes down to. You got to make plays on the outside. Ze'Land's been really dependable in that, but those other guys are going to have to step up as he gets more attention. The focus is going to shift to him. So those guys got to be ready to go out and do what he's been doing.
And you talk about that. I mean, a lot of people realize, fans are fans, right? I mean, they forgot everything that happened last year. They don't know who you lost, who you had to replace, and the time it takes to get that game speed going. And it really, especially at the level of football that we play here at Neville High School, I mean, these, we're no offense to anybody in 1A or anything else, but this is the top level of Louisiana and Mississippi football. These guys are
it's just the caliber of opponent that we're seeing week in, week out.
Yeah.
Obviously our district, the level of competition. There's guys that we play, and this week's no different every Friday night that are going to continue to play football on the next level. And obviously there's guys that have played here that play on Sundays. So, that's a pretty big deal, and our guys have to, learn to compete at that level. I think they do that. But we just got to be consistent, and we got to be consistent in everything we're doing. Coach preaches that to us. Just, get better, go to work, and just get better with everything that you're doing. And I think our guys are, competing to do that right now.
To this point, and over the spring and the summer, anything maybe stood out to you? Any surprises that maybe somebody that came onto the scene that you it was like, who's that guy, or where did he come from? Type of scenario.
Well, obviously some young freshmen that come in that you really didn't have much time with in spring or wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, they were at different schools, and guys that come into our high school and join our program that you know they obviously can show things physically that you look for. But you don't know till you put them in certain situations. You know, C.J. Goins is a guy that's played some quarterback for us, and that's a big deal. You know, it's tough. Like I said, DeAndre Chenette playing those snaps. There's some other guys in there, and then there's also some guys in our program that are earning their stripes as well, so to speak. Caden Gray's been a guy that you see on Friday nights come in and out of the ball game. Cam Rogers is another guy. Those guys are just sitting there, you know, licking at the bit to get in. But they're dependable and they know what to do, so they're getting opportunities. The ball may not go their way, but there's things that they have to do in our offense to complement the other things. So I wouldn't say it's just one particular guy. I would say as a group we just had some question marks coming in, and those guys are continuing to answer that bell. And like I said, they're going to have to continue to get better and make plays because the competition and the stakes are only going to go up moving forward. But that's what the regular season's for, is to get your team ready, you know, when the playoffs hit. And we want to play football during Thanksgiving and after.
Well, yeah, you got a team like Sterlington. I mean, you go from – you talked about 4 different styles of offense, and then now we go to the veer. And so it's where time of possession can be a thing. You know, you've got to be able to make it count when you guys have the football.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, other night we were fortunate enough to have a lot of possessions, and we didn't feel like we executed in the game in the first half with those possessions. You know, Coach was a little frustrated with it, and we were frustrated with it. The players were frustrated with it. The defense was frustrated with it. So, you know, like I said, everybody knew what was going on, and it wasn't for lack of effort. It was lack of execution and mistakes, and we're trying to cut those down to be the football team that we know we have and we can be. We can't continue to make those mistakes. Coach says it, you know, the Tigers can't beat the Tigers, and that's what we're trying not to do right now, and I think we'll continue to improve towards that. We practice all those situations. Believe it or not, he does a good job of giving us that every week, and we put those guys in those situations. But game time experience is something that you can't put a value on, and like I said, those guys are learning from that. But, yeah, we understand what's going on offensively this week, and the possessions are going to be limited. We got to be smart with the football. Defense has got to get after them with that style, and, you know, they do a good job of executing what they do on both sides of the ball, and as well as special teams. So that's the teams you want to play.
Yeah.
We could go out and Coach could put us a schedule. We could come in here, you know, 4-0 and feeling good about who we're playing, but that's not us. And we all agree that doesn't make us, you know, be better and be the team and program that we need to be. So, you know, as tough as it is, it's going to pay off at some point. I know everybody may be a little frustrated right now, but there's nobody more frustrated than everybody in that building, and there's nobody working harder than the coaches and the players to get things right and get us back on the winning column, you know.
Definitely so. Well, everybody here I know is behind every one of you guys, and we're looking forward to Friday night and hopefully coming out with homecoming victory.
Yeah,
so
you know, back at home, let's pack it out, and the weather's going to be great. It's going to be a great night for football. Obviously, a lot of alumni back.
Yeah,
and the kids are excited about that as well, and just be good to be home. And you know, we're going to play well on Forsyth, and we expect our guys to do that.
Well, definitely going to try. So the Tigers 2-0 at home. There you go. All right. So, hey, all right. Well, we got one more break. We're going to get Coach Collins back in here to talk a little bit more about this Friday night's game with Sterlington. We appreciate Coach Andy Robinson joining us here tonight on Tiger Talk. Stay with us. We'll be back right after these messages.
Welcome to the Carpenter Health Network, where we can assist you with all your home health needs.
Promoting healthy and independent living at home with Stay-at-Home Health.
Where advanced illness management is our specialty. Let us help you recover from injury, surgery, or illness with our team of dedicated medical professionals.
Where we strive to make every day a good day at St. Joseph Hospice.
Let us make the Carpenter Health Network a part of your family by promoting healthy and independent living for your loved ones. We are the network, and we are all in. Go Tigers!
A sandwich with soup. No, salad.
With Nuke's Pick 3, satisfy all your cravings. Sandwich salad soup, sandwich soup mac, sandwich, sandwich, sandwich. Such possibilities from $12.99.
Nuke's, extra with every bite.
Looking for a great meal right here in Monroe? Stop by Subway and Mama DeLuca's Pizza on the corner of Tower and Lammy Lane. Whether you're craving a fresh, made-to-order sub or a hot, cheesy pizza, they've got you covered. And while you're enjoying your favorite meal, know that Subway and Mama DeLuca's are proud to continue their support of Neville High School athletics. Great food, great people, and a great tradition of giving back. That's Subway and Mama DeLuca's Pizza, fueling our community and our Neville Tigers.
Taco Bandito. Our cooking and services speedo at Taco Bandito.
Taco Bandito on Forsyth Avenue in Monroe and Warren Drive at Cypress Street in West Monroe.
Hi, I'm Chris Lewis, the proud owner of Coney Island Connection. For nearly 20 years now, we've served the Oklahomites with our fast, friendly service and our famous chili cheeseburgers and our famous chili cheese dogs. Well, the chili is homemade. I'm asking you to stop by today and give us a try. We also serve hot tamales, roast beef po' boy, fried pickles, and much more. We even serve funnel cake fries here at Coney Island Connection on the corner of North 7th and Arkansas Road.
We're running the winning play at Sparks Nissan Kia. Whether you're recruiting a car, truck, or SUV, our lineup is stacked with all-stars ready to take the field. We're talking championship deals, low down payments, and monthly payments that won't sideline your budget. Ready to make a trade? We'll give you top dollar. That's a win in any playbook. Sparks Nissan Kia, where every drive is a touchdown. We're wishing our Neville Tigers the best of luck this season. Go Tigers!
Hey, it's Misty Hodge with the Hodge Baruki Group, coming live to you from Bill Ruppel Stadium. In real estate, just like in football, you need a winning game plan.
And at the Hodge Baruki Group, we call the plays that get you to the goal line. Buying, selling, or dreaming, let me help you score your home this season. Go Tigers!
All right, everybody, welcome back as we got one more segment here on Tiger Talk. We've been here at Melvin's, had a great crowd and a lot of stuff going on. Homecoming week at Neville, and Coach, you got the Sterlington Panthers coming in here. Yeah,
that's just really who we want to play for homecoming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As we were talking with Andy earlier, and welcome to your fifth different style of offense that you've seen.
No
and these guys, Sterlington's been running that kind of that veer for
they've
while,
added a little bit to it, and
the defending 3A
yeah,
champions. And they kind of got off to
go down the list,
a bumpy start, but they've righted the ship. You know.
Well, I mean, they do every year.
Yeah.
And I mean, it takes time for the timing of what they do, and they're very, very good at it. They're well coached. They're well coached on offense, defense, special teams. Coach Doty and his staff do a great job. And, I mean, obviously we didn't just jump out there and pick them to be homecoming, just happened to fall where that's the only
time we could do homecoming.
Only body we could have, other than during district. And I definitely wasn't going to do it during district. So. But anyway, long story short,
here we are.
We got to play them, and they're playing very well, and had a big ball game against Washita.
Mm-hmm. Tight one came down on the wire.
Yeah, and Washita scores at the end. So, just lets you know what kind of level of football that they're playing out there, and doing a great job with it. So. We got our hands full. We got to do a really good job on defense. We got to do a great job on offense. Like I heard say something about limited possessions. There'll be limited possessions.
Yeah.
Unless we can create some kind of takeaway or, get some stops. But, thing is that's what it's built for, and that's what they do with it. And like I said.
Sterlington comes in. They've got a veteran quarterback.
They do.
J. Rob Breen,
Yeah.
and then you have the Downs boys that
Right.
have come in here,
Some,
and the Birch,
Yeah,
the Birches,
Birches,
Birches.
The one playing linebacker and then the one playing fullback, and then
Big
Downs
names.
playing wide out for them, and then Breen playing quarterback for them, doing a really, really, really good job of running their offense. They threw him in the fire last year, and he
won a state
rose.
champion.
Yeah, he rose. The cream always rises to the crop, man.
Yeah,
top, and he did, and that's the thing about it. He just continues to get better at doing what he does, and like I said, their offensive line, I think, is what makes them pretty special to me, just watching them come off the ball. And, their pad level is always down, and, they're always knocking the fire out of people and rolling them out of there. And so, it'll be a great challenge for us. It'll be a big challenge for our defensive line to play against their offensive line, and likewise, our guys to play against their defense. Coach Tannehill's doing a great job with their defense over there. And, so, again, they're a well-coached team, well-rounded, good on both sides of the ball, got playmakers on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
And again, and special teams are doing a really good job as well. So, it's going to be a challenge, and, hopefully we can rise to the challenge.
Yeah. Practice this week coming off of last Friday night. Anything that stands out to you?
Well, I think the thing that, we had to do was worry about us. How do we fix us? And so that's what we did. We took time, and that's what I told the coaches. I said, here's what we need to do. We got to be very technical in our approach. Hey, are we doing too much? What are we doing? Or why is there confusion in here doing this? Why is there confusion doing that? Is there confusion? And let's eliminate it. And let's let our players play fast and be very physical when we play. And, that's what we concentrated on, doing the little things, all the details, it's a team approach to tackling. Okay, well, if it's a team approach to tackling, then let's do that the right way,
Yeah.
And then again, how do I line up, against three wideouts? Do I line up inside, outside? Where do I line up? How many coverages are we playing? And all those things go into effect. And then same thing offensively. What are we doing? What did we do good? Where did we make our mistakes at? And we got to get them corrected. And that's what you get. That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what our job is. And then put the players in the best possible situation we can put them in to be successful. And if we do that, then we have a chance.
Yeah.
If you don't get lined up right, you don't have a chance. If you have too many mental errors and too many penalties, then you don't have a chance. And so those are the things that we've made a real emphasis of in practice, and our players have done a really good job.
Well, getting that back out there and getting, a lot of times if you win a couple, there's some things to work on, and when you lose a couple, there's obviously some things to work on. But getting back in that win column, your last non-district ball game, you got district starting next week. It's homecoming. It's a lot going on,
right.
And it's getting those guys focused and ready to go without all those distractions.
I think the one thing that you can always bank on, I happened to be doing something the other day and saw a little deal on Tom Brady, and he was talking about somebody asked him what was the greatest win he ever had, and he said I don't know, and they said, well, how about your losses? He said, there we go, now we're working, and he said, the failures in your life are what make you who you are. And so obviously we've done it 2 weeks in a row, and we've got to do a better job of communicating. We got to do a better job of communicating as an offense and a defense.
Yeah.
Not just one side of the ball. It's both sides of the ball. We got to do a better job there. And I think our players responded well to it. My point to them was, what are you going to do as a football player to help our team be better? How are you going to practice? What are your habits? What are you going to study? What are you going to do individually to help our team be better? And that was part of my message to them, Sunday.
Yeah.
And and it has been every day. And that's, at practice, I said, are you doing what you can do to help us be better? It doesn't matter who it is. The guys that are on the scout team, make us better.
Make us better.
Find a way to make us better. And in turn, it's going to make you better. Okay. So, again, that's kind of the way it's been all year. Yep. And it's been
keep on. We're going to see how it works out this Friday. Before we have to go, we got the Origin Bank Players of the Week here versus St. Thomas More.
Right.
Had a couple of good ones there.
Yep, we got Bennett McNabb on offense. So we got Caden Jones on defense and Oliver Civils And then thanks to the fine people of Origin and Fourth,
Fourth,
Mr. Billy
yeah.
Haddad came today, and I told him he had to come every week from now on, you know.
Yeah.
And Kerry always does a great job. And then we got Coach McCarty sitting back there in the back, and Taylor Cagle back there in the back. And, so we got the whole crew today, and so it was really fun. We had a good time taking the picture, and really proud of those guys for, you know, what they did in the ball game and how successful that they were. Again, guys doing what they're supposed to do and really taking it to heart and doing a good job with it.
Well, we're going to honor them Friday night as well,
right.
For their continued support
right.
of our Tiger Athletics as
100%,
well as the school as a whole. So they do a lot for the Neville Nation. Well, Coach, good luck this weekend as you take on these Panthers, and happy homecoming.
Yeah.
And we'll be back. We'll be back on the air Friday night, 6:30. The pregame starts here on the network and Sunny 98.3. Thanks to Justin and Will for doing everything on the back end. Coach Collins, Coach Robinson, all the young ladies on the homecoming court and the
Didn't
captains.
they look good?
They did.
Yeah, they did.
They represent the school well.
Right.
Well, I'm Stewart Shelby. I'm going to say good night here from Melvin's. Thank to everybody here at Melvin's as well for always being the best service here in town. All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you Friday.